the occasion. Look at yourself and say you're strong. No one can stop you, oh yeah. Rise to the occasion. Go ahead, you know you're strong. No one can stop you.
You heard that, sister? All right. No one can stop you. You have been rising to the occasion, my friend. Welcome to Money Matters. Before we get started, we have persons on live all the way from the USA. So we have to welcome those persons who are celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. It's a public holiday in the States. So we have to welcome them. All right, thank you. We welcome persons coming from Ricardo side, and we welcome our usual Money Matters family. So Ricardo, give us a perspective on who is Ricardo, what is in the offering.
So you know, first of all, you know, thanks for having me on the show. Let's call it a show, right? I know we talk about money matters, but I always tell people that, you know, in order to earn, my daughter said to me a few days ago, Daddy, I don't want to go to school, right? Now, to give her a little background that in order for Daddy to give you what you have now, right? Yes. I had to get the education that solidified the foundation that I now use to earn money to buy you what you need, right? Now, at 3 years old, obviously she doesn't understand that, but the point is that money matters because education matters, right? And today we're talking about education. So I am the edu man, right? The man who has a lot of passion for education, you know, coming from a very, very far place. And we are more or less working one-on-one every day in terms of trying to solve some big problem in education. You know, the pandemic obviously has brought or shone light on some of those problems that would obviously have been overlooked in previous times. But now we're obviously investing a lot in making learning and bringing learning to people online. Now, obviously, traditionally is taking learning online. That's what we're about. That's what e-learning is about. But we have gone with another approach where we're now taking that learning offline, right? And it's really remarkable what we've done here, right? We've more or less built a solution. So we started our business back in 2013, creating online content for students, allowing them to take their CSEC and CAPE courses online.
Ricardo, I cannot escape the fact that you are the CEO of One-on-One, the brainchild behind One-on-One. So I have to make them know who Ricardo is, you know. Yes. No,
absolutely. Yeah, man. I mean, you know, obviously, you know, started the company, founded the business. You know, look, Joe, I started out actually going from houses to houses in Kingston, you know, tutoring people back when I was attending university, tutoring people from all walks of life, right? And that's how I started out, just tutoring people, getting paid for tutoring while attending UA. And I built a business out of it.
Doing it one-on-one.
Well, absolutely. So, you know, while I was studying for actuarial science back in UA, I graduated, 2011. So I started tutoring 2009, 2010, thereabout. And the business just grew, right? Students were doing well. Personal made sense, meaning students getting one-on-one tutoring. And that's how we started the business. The first name was One-on-One Tutoring. We were bursting at the seams, Joe, because we kept getting so many students and we didn't have enough space to place them in a classroom. If you think about it, if we kept our class sizes, for example, to 10, because we want to keep it personal, it means that if I have 100 students, I need 10 classes. And if I have 1,000 students, I need 100. And so we got to a level where it was just a headache to find new spaces for students. So now we went online, you know, to solve big problems. But what we realized, Joe, in going online is that while there are many people with connectivity, with our devices that they can access and so on, there's a huge gap in this country where you have students who don't have access to internet. I'm talking about those students who probably have a background like me, who grew up in Top Trelawney, you know, walk to school barefooted, right? Don't have a device, don't have internet. And so the question was, how do we solve the problem? Not only for the man who can, but the man who can't. And so one is really
affordability.
You know, affordability, accessibility, and just ensuring that, you know, and when we talk about money matters, right? And every parent wants the best for their child, no matter how small the budget is. If you realize there are a lot of parents, no matter how you know, slim the budget is, no matter how poor they are, they find the best school to send their child because they know that if money matters, if I put my child in the best position to be successful, okay, that by chance will cause us to have a better future for generations to come. And that's what my mother did. That's what my mother did. Right? Found the best school for me, and I did the rest. But the point is, we have come up with this solution, and it's quite remarkable. We've taken the learning offline. We've designed a technology here, first of its kind in this side of the world, taking online learning offline. So you can think of it as offline in the internet. So this is the box, right? We call it the one-on-one classroom in a box. And it has two little poles at the back, right? And the hardest part about setting up this device is more or less to plug these poles in, right? So you just take it out of the box. It comes in a box, and you just, you know, you connect your antenna, right, at the back, right? Baking solution for people, right? And on this box, I can tell you it's the internet, right? It's the internet how you think about it, right? It's a snapshot of the internet. And once I connect this to this box, right, and I connect the antenna, I simply plug it in, right? I plug it in at the back here, I turn it on, and I power it up, and boom, you just connect, you just take out your phone, take out your tablet, take out your device, and you connect. And you can stream your favorite YouTube videos, you know, your Khan Academy, your one-on-one content. It's amazing. You know, you place this anywhere, it works. So we're looking for this to solve a huge gap where students who would have otherwise not have had access can now access internet-based resources and participate in this new normal within which we find ourselves. This is quite remarkable.
Because the cost savings, okay, just a second. Welcome, Rakisha in the USA celebrating Martin Luther King Day. Welcome, Kingston. Welcome, Lee. Lee is another technology specialist, entrepreneur like yourself that was on a few weeks ago. So, what we want to know, it is easily scalable and it can be supplied to communities and they are ready to go now. They are ready to
Absolutely. We have the packages ready. We're deploying through our partnership with Flow. You know, you open the box, you open the package, and essentially you take out your box and you install it in less than a minute. And you'll be able to access internet-based resources. So it's super scalable. What I'm quite excited about as well is it's solving problems in areas, for example, boys' home, girls' home, right? The correctional facilities. Just about anywhere where you have a community of people who needs to have access to online resources, you will be able to get it by simply just taking a box and plugging it in, and there you go. And that's it. It's as simple as that.
So you don't have to buy additional credit. You don't have to buy anything at all.
Anything at all. You just take your box, you put it wherever. If you live on the mountain top or down in the seabed, you just plug it in. And the beauty of it is it works without electricity for up to 8 hours. It works on a battery. So now where someone could have said, boy, you know, I can't do this or that because I don't have internet or the internet is slow or whatever the excuse is. You now have no excuse, because once we start rolling this out into communities, in schools, we're talking about unbounded access to information. I tell you this, right? Information in a few years, starting now, is going to be a currency. In the same way you use money as a currency, information, I think, will be a currency. And what that means for us is that we need to invest as a country in giving access to information to people so that they can use it and be more productive themselves. We're going into a 2021, which is going to be much different than any other year that we've lived, right? And for us, that's important, and we need to prepare ourselves for it. And one of the key is to have the information and to get the information to people. And so for the viewers that are just joining, we have created a way to offline the internet to students, anybody, where you can access internet resources anywhere without the internet. It's offlining the internet, and it's quite beautiful. And we've also, in addition to this larger device, Joe, that you're looking at, that I've gotten right here, right? The one-on-one classroom in a box, as you see here, distributed by Cable and Wireless Jamaica. We have another one of the device, which is the classroom version of the device. And you can almost fit this in your pocket as a teacher and walk with it, put it in a classroom, and then more or less get it started, right? So it has many use cases. We have schools who are installing it in the main office. There are schools who are giving it to teachers to take to the classroom. And there are so many use cases. I remember we did a pilot last year where we went down to St. Thomas, to Moran Bay High School. And they didn't have a teacher for about 6 months or so, a math teacher. And guess what we did? We stayed at our studio in Kingston. We recorded the lessons overnight, and we don't stream it to the boxes at Moran Bay. And so the students would access their teacher or their math class every day based on something that was recorded. Now, just think about how powerful that is.
Ricardo, trust me, parents need to hear it again, because we said you are the pace setter in education, but you're not pace setter, you're transform education. So listen again. Oh, there's a question for you. What is the cost of the box? So
the boxes are distributed by Cable and Wireless Jamaica. It's a subscription based kind of approach. So for a school, the prices range roughly between 5,000 to 10,000 for a school per month. And it can accommodate up to 1,000 students in terms of on the box.
Oh, it is to school, but not to individuals.
Right. So we are working on the individual one actually as we speak, right? So again, we're finding out, and we keep doing R&D. You know, Joe, I tell you, we've spent over 50 million Jamaican dollars investing in this technology that you're seeing unfolding in front of your eyes. And we thought that the biggest problem to solve was that community problem, the school problem. Schools with low bandwidth, schools that are underserved. And so we've built the solution to serve, communities, schools, and you place it there, you get offline access to the internet, right? This is what we've created here. But we're working on getting that access into homes, for example, in a much smaller device that you can take into your home and get offline access to the internet in the same way we do in schools and in communities.
Your speaker going.
You hear me now?
Yeah. But Ricardo, the benefit of that investment, it will pay off for itself in a few years' time when we have more kids. Instead of getting remedial attention, they will be out there already, because our problem right now is that there are too much remedial thing and they have to be going back. They're just going through the system. So this must be, but this is magnificent. This is one.
Oh, absolutely. I said, Melissa saying that I'm blurry. Am I coming through as blurry? Melissa?
No.
Right. So Melissa, here's the thing, right? So again, I said we spent $50 million Jamaican in investing in this technology. And the question is, did it make sense as it paid off?
Your speaker going.
The truth is,
your speaker going. I think that you're having a speaker. The speaker either going or something. The speaker.
Oh, all right. Probably I should put it down. Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, it's fine now. Everything is fine now.
Very good. So we said that we spent $50 million investing in this technology. And over the past few years, one invest in two main things, right? We invest in content and we invest in platforms, right? Now, if you think about it, if the government of Jamaica, for example, were to start investing in e-learning in the same way one-on-one has done, and they have started to their credit, what we will find is the next pandemic, which may happen tomorrow, God forbid, we will be more than prepared. So we look at this investment as almost charting the course of the future without being forced into it by a pandemic, etc. And what it allows us to do is to react quickly. So everything that you're seeing here is not just because of COVID that we started building it, right? We would have started building this years ago. The research was done years ago. And now, in a pandemic, we can now come and offer such a solution to help thousands of students who are disenfranchised by the move to online learning. And that's the impact that we're creating. So it is definitely giving us a return, Joe. And look, the financial returns obviously will come once the impact is there, once we make an impact.
You are right, because you could not have done it just because of the pandemic. Because you have risen to the occasion. Sizzler said, rise to the occasion. We introduce you with that. And you have risen to the occasion because you have been doing work way in advance.
Right.
Yes, Ricardo. So you are not only an originator, a pace setter, but an achiever, because it is not easy.
No, absolutely. No. I want you I want to pick your brain a little, Joe, right? And for your viewers, right? Many times, I want to tell you something here. Jamaica has a problem in training of our workforce, okay? If you run a business and you are, for example, realizing that you are producing 10 apples, right, Joe? You're producing 10 apples from that business, and your team members are, so capable to produce 10 apples. And you have found that by training one additional team member, you can do much more. Do you understand that in Jamaica now, we have a workforce of 1.5 million people? Of that 1.5 million people, less than 20% of them are trained beyond a secondary school level. So that's a problem. And let me tell you why it's a problem. It's a problem because if we can have a better trained workforce, so before I even say that, we're lagging behind North America, South America, and our Caribbean neighbors. So we're not as trained as they are. But just think about this. If we can get better trained professionals producing on a day-to-day basis, and let me tell you what producing means. It doesn't mean me making bananas or me making banana chips or anything like that. Producing is going to work and use your time more efficiently, right? So for example, instead of sitting down and writing 1,000 emails, using mail merge, for example, to merge and send one email, that's what training does. But we have less than 20% of our workforce that are trained. It means that 300,000 people of 1.5 million are trained beyond secondary school. What does that mean? 1.2 million are not trained. Now, when you go into the communities and you go to these people and say, why you don't get any training? Man will tell you that, boy, I left school with one CXC. I decided not to do anything else because I can't bother. I have picnic to take care of. I can't go to school. I can't bother go to school from my communities. I don't have the bus fare. Now imagine, Joe, we take the solution that one has created to offline the internet. Okay? And we are training to it. And we place this into communities now, partner up with our trust NTA, for example. And we place this into communities now. So any man, woman, and child can pick out a phone and go on and say, I want to do a course in digital market without leaving that community of Buff Bay or Mile Gully or Rio going to Trelawney. What can I do? I can get trained and get certified just by connecting to this offline solution. So, you know, the possibilities are endless, Joe, endless. And I'm so excited about it.
You know what is a good point? Efficiency is what would drive income more for the persons. And this is really why money matters. Because if we have more trained persons, their salary would have increased in the workforce. And then guess what? More savings, they will be able to invest more and manage their money even a little bit better. So it is a drive to educate us Jamaican at this time. And this box going to be a breaker. It's going to be a big deal. Big deal. My question is, how is it reaching out there? Because I'm just knowing about it. How is it reaching out there? What is the plan to get it out there?
So, Joe, listen, as you can imagine, right? As I would have mentioned, we completed the R&D process last year, and you know, we are now beginning to roll out, and we're doing so by way of a pilot. So we're going to be piloting to a few schools in and around Kingston and some other parishes, and that's the starting place. But we're having conversations now to work by going into the communities and installing these at the community centers, in the town centers, in the libraries, in the prisons, everywhere where there's a need to access information. We're making the box available, allowing you to access the internet offline. Now, here's what I would say to what you just said. You're right. More productive workforce means people can earn more. And the more money I earn, there's a thing called disposable income. And that can only grow by so much. So if you are earning more money and you're not changing what you're spending, what does that mean? You have more money to save and invest. And so in 2021, I'll be speaking at the Digital Expo, which starts tomorrow, sponsored by Joseph and Flo. And I'll be speaking about upskilling and reskilling and the power that has in a post-COVID economy. Here's the thing, Joe. The world will not be the same. COVID has changed the way the world works, not now, but forever. And so you have to equip yourself to take on that new world and that new challenge. And it means that if you need to get upskilled, you need to do it. But we don't want any barriers, though. We don't want you to say, boy, I can't go to training because it's too far. Or I can't get training because this or that. We want you to access it whenever, wherever. Whether it is from a community, from a school, and that's why we built the solution to take the internet offline. It's quite amazing.
So it's coming right at your doorstep. Right at your doorstep. You don't have to...
Right now, we're starting, obviously we're starting with the schools, and we're starting with, you know, the institutions and so on. But we're gradually, as I said, R&D in a solution now, where the parents can take into the households now, where they can have offline access to internet, especially in remote areas. You know, like where I came from, Calabar, Trelawney.
So Ricardo, I need to ask one question, because Kingston is more developed, right? And the rural country areas, some places that is so far, the penetration could not lead towards that side first instead of Kingston, where Kingston is so developed already, and chances are we have, I don't know, why is it?
That's the plan. That's the plan. The plan is to target the most rural areas, people with no internet or unstable internet. And again, we're running the pilot now just to see the best way this can be rolled out, right? So we're learning as we go, and we're taking the learnings from that. But Kingston and St. Andrew You know, I grew up in August Town, for example. And many people see it as Kingston, yes. But we still had a library bus that came through the community every Wednesday. And that library bus, you go and you borrow a video. Sorry, not a video, a book. And you read it and return it the next week. What I'm saying here, Joe, is that in those same communities, I have parents, for example, who are saying to their child, I cannot give you my phone to engage in online learning because I'm going to work. Or I don't want you to be doing anything on my phone. So wherever the need is, in underserved areas such as remote areas, in the garrison areas where somebody maybe have to come and teach somebody Wi-Fi or wherever the need is, we're bringing this solution to them. And 2021 is the year.
Well, guys, tonight our co-host is Ricardo, CEO of One-on-One Educational Services. And he has he's actually bringing where education meet money, savings for parents, savings for community, and how your disposal of income can increase the more you earn. The more you earn, you should be able to save from it and better yourself. That is pretty much what we are discussing tonight. And as a matter of fact, Ricardo as an achiever, we want to know what next for Ricardo and any parting words to him. As a matter of fact, he's such an outstanding entrepreneur. What can we say? He's driving a company that they told you is over 50 million they're spending just research alone. So it means that it is no small feat that they are doing. And to better the education landscape in Jamaica at this time, we have to say, well done, young achiever. Well done, well done. So what next for the young achiever?
You know, Joe, as I enter my 30s now, right? I remember I had a profile interview with Ian Boyne, God rest his soul, back in 2015. And he asked me, son, I was probably 25 at the time. Yeah. And he said to me, son, what are your plans? Where do you see yourself and think? Joe, I want to have a good family. I want to spend time with my family. I work very hard, you know, work very long hours, you know, work very hard through my 20s and so on. And the reason I did that is because I want to lead a very good life for my family. I have 2 beautiful girls and a lovely wife.
Well done.
Not only that, I want to retire early so that I can help many people who need help from the perspective of giving them the knowledge that they need. You know, Joe, I tell people all the time, you know, when I took the decision to run one-on-one, I was given a scholarship, a Fulbright scholarship, full scholarship to pursue a master's education overseas at a very prestigious university. I had few offers, in fact, right? And I gave up the scholarship to run the business, right? And that was the most painful decision I've ever made. Painful. When I tell you I cried nights, you know, trying to just comfort myself to say, boy, what is going to happen? Is this going to be a failure? Is this going to be successful, etc.? But one thing I did know is that I had a plan. And that plan was to revolutionize education and make it personal, as it should be. And let me tell you this, right?
Ricardo,
we worked tirelessly over the past few years to achieve that vision of bringing personalized education to just about every single child in the Caribbean. And we continue to do this. Now, we could not have done this without investments. You know, we have investments from Sagicor, Panjam, all the major, you know, brands that you see there. They have invested in this project that we are running, right? Development Bank of Jamaica and so on. But with every investment you need a pilot. And with that pilot, you need air hostess, right? And people who are kind of helping you to fly that plane. We have a remarkable team. And as I said, going in my 30s, I hope to do, you know, same work, but I want to work less hours. I want to rest more. I want to invest more. And I want to do more of my hobbies, right? My hobbies are, you know, trying to build, right? Build and remodeling houses and so on. I've done my first one. And I'm looking to do more. But just, you know, having fun while getting students educated is really a passion of mine. And, you know, I plan to retire very soon so that I can pursue some of these challenges that face us as a country. And then I leave by saying this, right? you know, how I grew up has a lot to do with how I see the world. I grew up very poor. Walked barefooted to school some days in Rio Buena, Trelawney. And I had to walk a mile to school, as many people do. And I've gotten an opportunity of a lifetime because of education and just knowing maths, right? Just understanding math. And it's a joy I have and I have seen and I've experienced just by being blessed in that manner. And I want to educate the entire Caribbean. That's my vision, Joe, to educate the Caribbean. So very happy to have joined the program. No, and I really hope someone was inspired here.
No, you have to finish it. You have to repeat something. You got a scholarship that plenty persons can really dream of. And you said, no way. And today, you are leading an educational institution that is setting trends, revolutionizing Jamaica educational landscape. Man, that is well done. Let them know what you did. You gave up your scholarship, Fulbright, top university overseas, to stay as an entrepreneur and run a business. Now, we understand what entrepreneurship really means. If you believe in your dream, what you do.
No, absolutely, absolutely. It was 2014. Never forget. It was 1 week away from boarding that flight in August. I was to have left and I had to write the most painful letter to the United States government via the embassy to say that I cannot accept the scholarship, not at this time. And, you know, I'm very happy that they understood. I was scared, very scared, but that fear is what has kind of driven me to work as to achieve these goals. And, you know, entrepreneurship can be scary, which is why it's so important to do something that you love. And I'm so pleased that I've led a team of people, Joe. And that's what I'm excited about these days. Can I tell you, leading people now. I have a team of 60% women, very diverse, from all over the Caribbean, all over the world. And they have built a solution, Joe, to offline the internet, to bring learning to remote communities and remote areas. I take joy in that, my friend, joy.
Well, you know, you make work seems like it's seamless because a takeaway, you doing something that you love, you're leading people, which is a joy, you have the passion for it, and you have to give up things to get things. That's pretty much what you are saying. Boy.
Yep, risk reward waiting, Joe. Look, I could have gone back in 2014. I could have led a normal life and career, gone to my beautiful college, work on Wall Street, earn all the money in the world. But guess what, Joe? I did not create anything. You know, I did not give back the gift of education that has been given to me. And so, you know, I felt like it was a good decision to make. I'm very happy I made it. It was scary. Let me not sit here and make it seem like I'm saying there were times that I felt like I made a wrong decision, you know. Because there were times that I felt, boy, I wonder if it was the right decision. But guess what, Joe? That caused me to push harder, to ensure that my decision was not an incorrect one. And thank God, we can now say that we're educating so many people, serving so many governments, so many businesses are using one-on-one. And it's just a joy to be home.
You're serving many governments. It's only one government we have in Jamaica. We don't have more than one.
Boy, Joe, I tell you something, right? One-on-one is Caribbean, my friend. One-on-one is in a number of countries, Bahamas, St. Kitts, many places, man. We, you know, as I said, many governments prior to now did not see the value as valuable investing because they have many problems, right? And so we did the work for them, we did the investment for them, and now they can benefit from the know-how and thing. And you know, we're very open, right? We meet with them, we share the knowledge and so on, and we're leading many people, many teachers. And let me say this, teachers are the backbone. Teachers are the backbone to anything that will happen in e-learning. We have to take care of them, we have to pay them well, we have to invest in their expertise. One of the things I'm encouraging through this platform is they're coming up with an annual licensure for teachers to go and get licensed and so on, right? I want to go even further than that. I think every teacher should almost be guaranteed professional development to stay ahead of the pack so that we don't face another crisis where we have to retrain an entire workforce of people to basically take on the new demand. We should be actively doing that, compensating teachers. You know, Joe, I tell you something. There are 4 people I want to be paid well in this country. Teachers, doctors, police chief, and the security guard. Okay? And the reason for that is that they play a key role in advancing the welfare of not only me and you, but an entire generation. And so we need to invest in them and treat them well. I tell you something, I've been pushing for this. My job is to talk as much, and every time I get a chance to talk, I talk about it. Let's pay the teachers more, let's invest in their education, and then we'll have a better Jamaica, because they are in the classroom, they are the ones who are teaching.
Ricardo, here we have a young, successful Jamaican that is not only serving the Jamaican people, but is serving Caribbean people. What I want to know, is there any little bit of that business that is being sold? I can buy a little piece now? Is there? Because
listen. I want you to money matters. Build up that wallet. We're talking about a few months, right? I don't want to give up any secrets, but we're talking a few months. But I tell you something, right? We will be giving access to what we've created here to many people very soon. So, you know, we'll talk more about that. Money matters.
You know the population size matters. You know the population size of the Caribbean. So for you to be serving government, we're joking, man. We are joking. Money matters, size matters, education matters. Boy, your strength and foresight matters. And we have King Samson saying, boy, you're very, very dedicated. She's in love with the system. Go invest enough in education system. They don't think government is investing enough. So we are happy that you have something now that can assist the Caribbean people. And I'm sure that every parent tonight is happy just hearing there is a solution that is coming that they can plug into and reduce their internet costs. It is even that. And it provides access to many. My friend, as I said, you have given us your takeaway. What good? We are expecting to see. The name is 101 or numerical 1 What's the name?
That's the symbol at the back there, right? So it's 1-on-1. It's personal. ONEONE. 1-on-1.
Okay. Because this name need to be global.
No, Joe, I leave your viewers with one thing. We said that we've invested close to about 50 million in R&D for these solutions to take the internet offline for students in remote areas. Over the next few months, I can tell you that we're investing close to 40 million in content development for teachers, right? So we'll be paying this out to teachers and content producers to actually develop content for us. And that will start in February. So we're aggressively developing more content for the Caribbean because we do believe that this is important, right? And so you will see a lot on that. So any of you on the call who is, you know, a teacher or is interested in content development, give us a shout out. You know, we'll be investing both in our existing content, plus we'll be building new content. So we're quite excited about that, you know.
Well, guys, for those of you who sharing the live, coming through Ricardo's side, Money Matters family side, from all over,